Diving into a fantasy world is like embarking on a one-way journey, where every corner of the setting holds mysteries to unravel, and every decision shapes the path ahead. These games are not just forms of entertainment, but gateways to parallel realities, filled with characters, stories, and challenges that demand full immersion. In each of them, you lose track of time, feeling like hours pass in the blink of an eye as you explore realms, face enemies, and make decisions that could alter the world's fate. The gameplay in these games is designed to engage you in such a way that you find yourself immersed in every detail, exploring vast territories and facing complex challenges. The freedom to choose your path, whether in combat, solving puzzles, or interacting with other characters, makes each journey feel unique and personal. It's impossible not to get lost in the universes of today's games. They'll have you spending the entire day in front of the TV. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel, where I bring daily content so you don't miss any details of the gaming universe. If you can subscribe to help me grow, I'd really appreciate it. From one gamer to another, I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. In first place, we have a mystical and unforgiving world that challenges those who dare to seek power and redemption. Ravenbound takes place in a land filled with legendary creatures and constant dangers. A traitor has cursed this place, imprisoning deities and spreading corruption. To restore balance, one must travel through ancient forests, treacherous mountains, and forgotten villages, facing enemies that challenge both strength and courage. Combat is fast, strategic, and demands precise reflexes. Gigantic creatures appear along the way, each requiring different tactics to be defeated. Beyond brute force, mastering the use of magical cards, which grant new weapons, abilities, and advantages in battle, is essential. The world impresses with vast landscapes inspired by Scandinavian folklore, creating an atmosphere of mystery and grandeur. Abandoned castles, ruined temples, and landscapes dominated by ancient magic make every exploration a memorable discovery. Between intense battles and hidden secrets, the quest for truth and the liberation of these lands becomes a challenge as monumental as the story that unfolds with each new encounter. In second place, we have a journey marked by ambition and danger, where the pursuit of power and wealth leads to a cursed temple. Curse of the Dead Gods takes place in a dark labyrinth, filled with lethal traps, evil creatures, and secrets buried under centuries of darkness. Every corridor hides something deadly, and the deeper you go, the stronger the influence of the corrupted deities guarding this place becomes. Combat requires precision and strategy. Enemies attack from all sides, and mastering the timing of dodges and counterattacks makes all the difference. Light also becomes an essential tool, as shadows conceal threats that can end a journey in an instant. With every battle, corruption grows, granting unexpected abilities but also unpredictable effects, turning each decision into a calculated risk. The temple is never the same. Its corridors rearrange, bringing new challenges and traps with every incursion. Statues shoot flames, spikes rise from the ground, and hidden traps test reflexes constantly. There's no easy way out of this place, and ignoring its influence can be just as dangerous as embracing it. Greed is not just a sin, it's a death sentence. In third place, we have an empire on the brink of collapse, where magic has ceased to be a gift and has become a threat. Salt and sacrifice takes place in a kingdom consumed by chaos, where corrupted mages devastate everything around them. To contain this destruction, marked inquisitors are sent on a one-way hunt, tasked with eradicating sorcery and preventing a centuries-old secret from destroying what's left of the civilization. Combat is brutal and demands caution. You can use a variety of weapons and runic techniques that allow you to manipulate the same forbidden magic as your adversaries. With every victory, the remains of these creatures can be used to forge armor and equipment, making the hunt even more intense. The paths through this kingdom are treacherous, filled with secrets, ambushes, and powerful guardians. Forgotten ruins, hidden passages, and mysterious factions offer as much danger as answers, revealing that there's far more behind this war against sorcery. Whether to follow the Inquisition's orders or question the truth behind this mission are inevitable choices. But whichever path you take, the Inquisitor's fate was sealed the moment they accepted the mark. In fourth place, we have a kingdom in ruins, where fallen gods and ambitious monarchs battle for control of forbidden power. Elden Ring takes place in the lands between, a land devastated by the destruction of a sacred artifact, where different factions engage in bloody battles for absolute domination. Guided by grace, a warrior without destiny arises in this chaos, determined to challenge colossal entities and uncover the secrets buried in this fragmented world. The journey is marked by challenging combat and unparalleled freedom. The vast territory can be explored without restrictions, revealing imposing castles, dark caves, and forgotten temples, each hiding mysteries and relentless enemies. Customization allows you to shape your warrior in countless ways, combining weapons, spells, and combat styles to face foes that require strategy and patience to defeat. The narrative unfolds subtly between enigmatic encounters, ruins that tell stories, and fragments of a lost myth. Choices shape the fate of this land, while alliances and betrayals become inevitable throughout the journey. Becoming the ruler of this world isn't just about power, but about confronting the very legacy of the lands between and deciding what the future of this corrupted kingdom will be. Next, we have an action-adventure game in an open world, where ecology and interspecies relationships are central to the journey. In Pine, you find yourself in an unknown land, searching for a new home for your tribe. To do so, you'll need to explore, negotiate, and fight against creatures far smarter than humans. The choices you make have direct consequences on the world's balance, whether by allying with a species or challenging it to secure resources. The game offers a fluid dynamic where creatures and organisms live their own lives, and their actions affect the surrounding environment. Each biome brings new challenges and opportunities, requiring you to use various strategies to survive. Interacting with the environment and other species is crucial to achieving your goals, whether collecting resources or facing adversaries. Gameplay combines exploration, combat, and crafting, with the player making decisions that shape the story and the world around them. You'll be challenged to plan your actions, adapting to an environment that reacts to your choices. The immersion is guaranteed by the constant evolution of species and conflicts, creating a unique and surprising experience. In sixth place, we have a land forgotten by the gods, where nature has reclaimed the remnants of a civilization destroyed by war. Stray Blade takes place in a mysterious valley, filled with ancient ruins and legends about god-kings who once ruled with unimaginable powers. After discovering this forbidden land, a warrior is marked by the land itself, and, even after death, returns to life, condemned to remain there until restoring the balance lost centuries ago. Combat tests both skill and precision. Enemies not only attack with brutality, but adapt their movements, forcing you to react strategically. Each confrontation feels like a duel, where reading the opponent's attacks and responding at the right moment determines survival. The exchange of blows is fluid and intense, requiring precise parries, well-timed dodges, and calculated counterattacks. Mastering this art becomes essential, as battles are not just about strength but total control over each movement. The journey is not solitary. A wise creature accompanies the warrior, helping to decipher the remnants of history and revealing what brought this land to its current state. Every exploration brings discoveries that transform the world around, revealing new threats and hidden treasures. Between ruined temples, treacherous canyons, and icy caves, the past and present collide, and only those who understand the legacy of this place will escape the curse that binds everything and everyone to this forgotten valley. In 7th place, time itself becomes as great a threat as the enemies lurking in the ruined streets. Unsighted takes place in a devastated city, where the last automata fight to retain their consciousness before the energy that keeps them alive runs out. With every passing second, allies succumb to corruption, becoming nothing but empty shells of their former selves. The dilemma is cruel. Should you save those who can still be helped or absorb what's left of their energy to survive? Exploration is free and full of possibilities. The city hides shortcuts, alternative paths, and tools that can change the way you face challenges. Solving environmental puzzles, finding new uses for weapons, and accessing previously unreachable areas are essential to progress. But every detour could cost lives, and time waits for no hesitant decisions. Advancing also brings unique upgrades. Special chips allow you to customize each ability, creating combinations that favor different approaches. Items can be crafted or enhanced, providing new advantages for facing even deadlier challenges. As the mysteries of this world unfold, the race against time intensifies, and every choice becomes a heavier burden in this desperate journey. In 8th place, we have a world on the brink of being consumed by chaos, where buried secrets threaten to change everything known about the past and future. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth continues the journey of those who escaped destruction and now face a vast, unknown territory. But what seemed like a mere pursuit of an enemy reveals something much larger when new forces enter the conflict, and even fate itself begins to be questioned. Crossing impressive landscapes, the journey takes you to cities full of life, abandoned fortresses, and wild regions, each holding unique stories and challenges. Exploring these settings is not just about curiosity, but survival, as every discovery reveals new threats and events that impact the balance of war. Conflicts emerge with every step, and battling colossal adversaries requires strategy, special abilities, and mastery of dynamic combat. But the danger doesn't come only from enemies. Signs of something much larger begin to appear, as ancient forces awaken, and reality itself seems to unravel. Between intense battles and unlikely alliances, the truth about the world and its secrets starts to emerge. How far can one fight against what is already determined? And when fate seems written, is there still room to change it? In 9th place, we have a city overtaken by madness, where distorted truths and forbidden secrets shape the fate of those who dare to explore it. Lies of P takes place in an oppressive environment, where automatons and shadowy figures patrol the streets of a once prosperous place now in ruins. Amidst this chaos, an artificial being awakens, guided by a mysterious voice and a single mission: to unravel the mysteries of this city and confront the horrors that plague it. Between aristocrats who conceal their intentions and creatures that wander uncontrollably, every encounter becomes a game of manipulation and choice. Some answers can be won through sincerity, while others demand deception to reach the solution. Every decision affects the path taken, and the line between right and wrong becomes increasingly difficult to see. The treacherous streets of a once glorious past have now become arenas of brutal combat. Destruction tools can be combined in various ways, allowing you to customize your fighting style based on the threats encountered. The mechanical arm holds abilities beyond strength, offering strategic resources against the relentless enemies that wander aimlessly. But above all, the greatest challenge lies not just in battles. It's in the choices that will define the weight of truth and lies throughout this journey. In 10th place, we have a decaying universe where nostalgia transforms into a pixelated nightmare. The last hero of Nostalgaia takes place in a world built upon the history of video games, but now facing collapse. Reality is dissolving into mysterious pixelation, erasing memories and reducing everything to oblivion. As visual fidelity fades, an unlikely hero emerges to defy fate and restore what has been lost. The journey is narrated by a sarcastic voice that doesn't hide its disdain for the protagonist. The world reveals itself as a battleground filled with irrational enemies and brutal challenges. Combat demands precision, with demanding encounters that reward patience and strategy. Weapons and armor scattered across the landscape carry their own stories, adding depth to Nostalgaia's decaying universe. The setting blends the classic and the modern, creating a unique experience where detailed graphics coexist with environments that crumble into rudimentary shapes. Every discovery reveals references and tributes to iconic games, turning exploration into a journey through the industry's past. Amidst dangers, satire, and challenges, the fate of this world lies in the hands of an improbable hero whose very existence is a subject of ridicule. In 11th place, we have a war where roles are reversed, and the last survivor of a massacre becomes the greatest threat to their enemies. Skul the Hero Slayer takes place after the Demon King's castle is destroyed, when humanity, in a brutal assault, captured almost all the demons. What seemed like a definitive victory turns into a fatal mistake as a small skeleton, ignored amidst the chaos, rises to challenge those responsible for the ruin of his people. The protagonist can swap skulls, assuming forms that completely change his combat style. Each variation brings unique attacks, movements, and powers, allowing for strategic combinations to adapt to any situation. The real challenges arise in confrontations against the greatest demon hunters and battles against creatures corrupted by a dark force. But even in the face of colossal adversaries, revenge progresses relentlessly, proving that even the smallest warrior can become a legend. In 12th place, we have a legendary journey where myths and reality blend into an epic of grand proportions. Black Myth. Wukong takes place in a world inspired by Chinese mythology, where ancient tales come to life, and colossal challenges await those who dare seek the truth behind a forgotten legend. At the heart of this story, a warrior destined to face gods, spirits, and supernatural creatures embarks on a mission that will test not only his strength, but also his understanding of the past. The environments transport you to a fascinating universe, with ruined temples, floating mountains, and dense forests filled with secrets. The surroundings aren't just a backdrop, they're a living element, filled with mysteries and characters that carry their own motivations. Powerful adversaries appear at every turn, each with unique abilities and hidden stories, making every encounter more than just a battle, but a confrontation between destiny and ambition. Combat is defined by fluidity and a variety of techniques inspired by martial arts and ancient magic. Mastering the sacred staff allows for swift and devastating attacks, while spells and transformations offer new ways to tackle challenges. Each fight requires strategy, and every defeated enemy reveals a fragment of the truth hidden behind this journey. Amidst betrayals, unexpected alliances, and secrets buried in time, the legend rewrites itself before the eyes of those brave enough to challenge it. In 13th place, we have a wild kingdom where the fight for survival pits hunters against colossal creatures in epic battles. Monster Hunter Rise takes place in a territory filled with vibrant ecosystems and constant dangers, where each expedition could lead to unexpected encounters with legendary predators. The journey is not only about confronting threats, but also understanding their behaviors, tracking their footprints, and using the environment to your advantage in order to prevail. Hunting is not just about brute force. With a vast arsenal at your disposal, each weapon offers a unique combat style, allowing for approaches that range from direct hand-to-hand combat to precise long-range attacks. Knowing the creature's behavior becomes crucial to predict their movements and exploit openings for decisive strikes. Materials gathered in battles allow for forging new armor and enhancing equipment, ensuring each hunt brings you one step closer to even greater challenges. The environment is alive and constantly changing. Dense forests, towering mountains, and unexplored regions hide secrets and dangers that push the limits of endurance. Exploring these territories could reveal shortcuts, hideouts, and even battles between giant monsters, creating strategic opportunities to shift the tide of the fight. Each hunt is a unique experience, where instinct, skill, and preparation define who rules the food chain. In 14th place, we have a kingdom marked by constant struggle against supernatural forces. Nioh 2 takes you on an intense journey through feudal Japan, where each battle requires more than just brute strength. The setting is dark and immersive, with an engaging story about conflicts that transcend the human realm, where choices and strategies are crucial for survival. A major highlight of the game is the new transformation mechanic, which lets you assume powerful forms to face the most imposing enemies with devastating abilities. Battles are dynamic and demand total control, especially as threats grow more complex, creating even more unpredictable and challenging combat scenarios. Throughout the journey, the story unfolds, revealing the deep conflicts between characters and the secrets that bind them. In a world where allies and enemies mix, the confrontation between light and darkness becomes increasingly tangible. You'll face difficult decisions where what's at stake is not just survival, but also the future of a kingdom torn apart by war and corruption. In 15th place, Ashen takes you on a journey in a vast, desolate open world, where the quest for a place to call home is the primary goal. You control a wanderer facing a brutal environment where each challenge brings new opportunities and dangers. The game follows the tradition of Souls titles, with combat based on stamina and a world that constantly tests your abilities. Every area you explore, whether a swamp, fjord, or ancient palace, dramatically alters how the adventure unfolds. The game's difficulty is high but rewarding, as encounters with enemies and native creatures require planning and studying the environment to succeed. Exploration is vital, as each location brings its own traps and surprises. As you meet survivors, you can invite them to join your city, bringing valuable skills for creating resources and upgrades. Crafting and adapting to the world's conditions are essential to continue facing the dangers that arise with each step. In 16th place, Mortal Shell places you in a devastated world where every step can be fatal. This relentless action RPG challenges your sanity and perseverance as you explore the ruins of a decaying humanity. Relentless adversaries await you, and your survival depends on perception, precision, and sharp instincts. As you uncover hidden sanctuaries and the mysteries of devoted followers, you begin to understand your true purpose in this apocalyptic setting. Throughout the journey, you encounter the forgotten remains of defeated warriors, who now offer their shells for you to take control. Each conquered body brings a new opportunity to expand your combat skills and mastery. The stronger your connection with these shells, the more powerful your abilities become, offering new talents and strategies to face the most challenging enemies. Combat requires a strategic and meticulous approach. In every encounter, it's essential to wait for the exact moment to attack and defend. Every action counts, and patience will be your greatest ally. As you face desperate foes and grotesque creatures, fear cannot be your guide. Confront what challenges you, use the power of the supernatural, and overcome the horrors that await you. In 18th place, Shadow Gambit. The Cursed Crew takes you on a mysterious, strategic journey set in an alternate reality during the golden age of piracy. The Lost Caribbean archipelago is dominated by the Inquisition, which hunts pirates without fear of the supernatural, using soul-devouring flames to eradicate their enemies. The curse of the lost souls haunts the region, and it's in this chaotic scenario that you must fight for survival. With a focus on stealth and tactics, you're challenged to plan attacks and infiltrations meticulously. The mission is clear: to rescue a mysterious treasure with supernatural powers and defy the forces of the Inquisition. You will have at your disposal a unique crew, each member with special abilities that can be combined strategically to face enemies. The diversity of your crew's skills, such as the magic cannon or the soul anchor, opens up countless possibilities to devise foolproof plans. The game unfolds across various exotic islands in the Lost Caribbean, each with its own secrets and adventures waiting to be discovered. During your journey, you'll command a pirate ship inhabited by a spirit, where you can plan your actions and interact with other crew members. The missions are challenging, requiring you to strategically choose your crew before each incursion, utilizing their skills to overcome the Inquisition forces and explore a world filled with magic, mysteries, and dangers. In 19th place, The Witcher 3 places you in a world devastated by war and infested with dangerous creatures. The dark setting demands you navigate through ancient ruins, densely populated cities, and lands corrupted by supernatural forces. Your main mission is to track down a mystical figure whose existence could alter the world's fate while facing decisions that go far beyond the simple notion of right or wrong. The vast open world offers an immersive experience where every corner brings something new to discover. During your journey, you'll encounter a wide variety of enemies, from wild monsters to supernatural adversaries. Combat is tense and requires using different skills and weapons to defeat enemies effectively. You'll also find yourself in situations where you must deal with betrayals and confrontations with powerful figures, such as nobles and corrupt leaders. The game challenges you to make tough choices, whose consequences will be felt throughout your journey. The world's fate depends on the decisions you make in this chaotic and uncertain scenario. The next game presents a narrative that delves into the consequences of a broken balance in a fantasy realm. Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom follows an intense plot where ancient, dark forces threaten the kingdom's fate. After catastrophic events, a once familiar land is plunged into a state of crisis, and the heroes who once seemed invincible now face even greater challenges. The fate of the princess, a key figure in the conflict, is at stake, while the protagonist must unite with unexpected allies and explore forgotten mysteries, which hold the power to alter reality as we know it. The game offers an immersive experience, where exploration and combat intertwine with the narrative in an organic way. The journey to uncover the kingdom's mysteries requires solving puzzles and facing formidable enemies while dealing with the consequences of your choices. Every decision can change the course of the story, making each playthrough unique and personal. The game offers a one-of-a-kind experience with mechanics that allow you to explore the world in new and creative ways. Building and adapting strategies become crucial, and your connection to the surrounding environment will be key to overcoming threats and mysteries. The game offers an immersive and challenging journey, where each choice can lead to a new path filled with discoveries and dangers. Let me know which of these games you've had the chance to play. Did any of them spark your curiosity and make it to your list of upcoming games? We'd love to know which one caught your attention the most. Share your favorite fantasy game in the comments. If you can, please subscribe to the channel to help me grow and never again wonder what to play. I'm leaving 2 videos in the card, one that I personally selected for you and another that YouTube picked for you. Just click on either one to watch. A big hug, happy gaming, and see you tomorrow.